rather than do this one live, I'm just going to show you what I did when I created my answer key. So I'm given that the International Space Station travels at roughly 5 miles per second as it orbits the Earth. And you can see I have this starting ratio here, 5 miles per 1 second. And I'm asked to express this answer in something called miles per week. So I want my final answer to be in miles per week. Um, and you can see how I do that is I start by focusing in on the fact that I've got seconds down here that I don't want, and I write a giant one that's got seconds in the numerator. Now the giant one that I write down is 60 seconds is 1 minute. And this totally equals the number 1. So when I multiply by this number 1, I'm not changing the speed, I'm just changing the units of the speed. The next thing that I do is I multiply by something that'll get rid of the minutes that are in my current denominator, and I end up writing that down that 60 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour. Again, 60 minutes and 1 hour, that totally equals the number 1, and when I multiply by 1, I'm not changing the value, so I'm just changing the units. And then I want to end up with weeks. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm only at hours. I'm going to multiply by something that will get rid of these hours because the hours are in the denominator, and end up multiplying by the fact that 24 hours is the same thing as 1 day. And then the last conversion I make is the fact that I need to get rid of the days. 7 days is the same thing as 1 week. So when you look at it, all of my units end up canceling, and the only units that I have finally they're highlighted in yellow here. I've got miles per week, which is the answer that I want, right? I want in miles per week. So all of these units, the seconds over seconds, minutes over minutes, hours over hours, days over days, they all form a giant one and they're gone. The only thing that I have to do then is just multiply this 5 times 60 times 60 times 24 times 7. And when I do that, I get 3,024,000 3,024,000 miles per week. So that's quite a trip every single week. 3,024,000 miles. And I'm a little disappointed in myself because I intended to ask you to write that answer in scientific notation, and I didn't. But if you were to do that, the decimal should be right here, 3.024. That, of course, 3.024 is far too small. Whoops, I want to turn off that eraser thing. 3.024. That's far too small. So if I want, I need to multiply this by tens to expand it out. Again, I'm starting with it here, the 3.024, and I need to multiply by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So my answer in scientific notation would be 3.024 times 10 to the 6th power. And the units matter, right? Miles per week. Especially, I mean, the units are just so critical, right? We've got to know what those things are. They are miles per week, not miles per minute, not miles per day, miles per week.